Okay, hi guys, Mike here. I'm going to be doing a short review of the Sharp gx-bt9 boombox stereo. I purchased this about a week and a half ago because I just wanted to have something I could carry around listening to it in the house, and it's a really good unit. It's got two drivers up front here, and then the subwoofers on each end of it, and it sounds really good. It's got a lot of different features to it. It has Bluetooth. You can plug a USB into it if you have some pre-recorded songs on there and use that. It's got FM radio, which I probably not going to ever use that feature. It also has a mic input and a guitar input. Both of those, I'm not going to use that either. I just really wanted it to listen to songs off of my phone, basically, because it's convenient to use it, with Bluetooth. If you wanted to listen to songs with a CD player, it's got an auxiliary input on the back. It also has the headphones out, which I won't be using that feature though either. But it does have it if you want to use it. This is a pretty hefty unit. It weighs about 14 and some pounds without batteries. With batteries, it's going to be weighing about 18 pounds. So it's going to be pretty hefty here if you want to lug it around any place. But like I said, I'm personally just going to use it here in my home and cart it around the house here, because I will probably just plug it into house current rather than going and buying a ton of batteries for it. So, but it's a really good sounding unit. The one gripe I have about it is the fact that it doesn't have an elaborate EQ set up with it. It does have EQ presets, but those, all they do is just boost the bass even more. It also has a bass boost button on here, but to be honest, leaving it in the flat mode is probably going to be the best setting for me. If there's music you're listening to that needs to have a bass boost on it, then you've got it right there. So that is there if you want to use it. But like I said, this is already pretty much of a beast as far as bass sounding to it. It's really got a lot of bass kick to it. And I've read some different reviews that people have talked about this. They don't like the way it looks. It doesn't really look like a conventional boombox. I don't really mind it. It looks, it's different looking, but I think that kind of helps it get better sound, if you ask me. Another thing is the two drivers up front here. They're mid-range drivers. They're supposed to act both as mid-range and tweeters, so it doesn't really have a couple of dedicated tweeters to it. So that's probably, it's not going to sound as high fidelity as a boombox that does have tweeters to it, but I think it sounds pretty good if you ask me. So anyway, I have some music I was going to go ahead and play and have you listen to it, see what it sounds like. And get something with some more kick to it here. Okay, that's just with the flat bass setting. I'm gonna hit the bass boost on it, see what. Okay, anyway, that's what it sounds like. It sounds pretty good. I've got my other phone plugged into the auxiliary input in the back, but usually I listen to songs with my main phone here, which is my Galaxy S7. I'm glad I bought this unit rather than this predecessor, which is the Sharp gx-bt9, which that only, I believe, worked with an iPhone or iPod. So, but the new one here, the BT9, works with Android phones. So, another thing about this feature of this boombox is it's got these lights that light up on the subwoofer here, and you can use the remote to turn it on or off. I don't really particularly need to have lights flashing. I bought this basically for the sound of it, and that's about it. But I mean, if you like lights, you know, those, you can use those on it if you want. And of course, it's got a convenient strap. This sucker is pretty heavy though. If you're gonna cart it around and use it portable, you're gonna be lifting a pretty good hefty amount of weight if you're gonna have the batteries in it. But other than that, I really like the unit. Like I said, I wish it had a more elaborate EQ, but other than that, the system works really good. Of course, it doesn't have dedicated tweeters, but as I mentioned, it's got a lot of other things. You know, you can use Bluetooth with it. You can use a USB input. If you got songs downloaded on it, you got the auxiliary input on the back to be able to listen to other devices. So it's a pretty good unit. It's pretty versatile. It doesn't have a CD player in it. It doesn't have an iPod dock or anything like the gx-bt9, but I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, this was my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and give me a thumbs up if you like it.